Hi, it's Melissa here, and this is a layout that I created for Let's Get Sketchy. It was several weeks ago, and I'm only getting around to doing the voiceover for it now. And so what I used was my October hip kit, and it's very autumn or fall themed, and I thought it would work really well with these photos that Sean took of our kids in April, and it was when I was really sick in early stages of the pregnancy, so I didn't go on this photo shoot. He did it, and I'm so glad he did it because I love to capture our kids in all seasons, and basically if he hadn't taken these photos then no one would have. And so he just took them to I think it was either Arrowtown or Bush Creek, and just took some photos of them playing in the leaves. So I'm using this, I think it's Simple Stories paper, and I wanted to use it in a different way. I could have just used it as it was and put the photo where all the colours meet, but I decided to use it like this. And so I'm really following the sketch quite closely because I love the layers on the sketch, and so I've just sped this bit up because it's pretty boring, but it's basically me fussing around with the positioning and then sticking it down as soon as I'm happy, because I'd never be able to get that position again, and then just trimming off the excess. So it kind of looks like on the sketch like a stack of papers, like an office kind of look. And I just thought the tones worked really well with my photo. So this is the last layout that I've created for Let's Get Sketchy. I think I've been with them since June 2012, so over 3 years anyway. And Bryn Chevy, if you're watching this, I just really want to say thank you, because you were the first person that took a chance on me, and you're the first design team that I got into, and I just really appreciate everything that you did, taking a chance on me, and I just loved being here. But I just decided, I mean, you're probably wondering why I left. I just left because I thought it was time. 3 years is quite a long time, and I think other people need to have a turn, and I just wanted to reduce the load a little bit at the moment with the newborn baby. Well, she's not newborn anymore, but she was at the time I made this. And I just really felt it was the right time for me to leave. So that's why, in case you're wondering. So that Fun in the Leaves is an exclusive cut file from HipKit, and I'll get onto that soon. But now I'm just wanting to create the cluster up in the top left. So I've trimmed a couple of pieces that I've used on the right of the page, and just adhering them. And I've sped this bit up because it's really not that exciting. I felt that I needed something else. I can't remember if it's in the sketch or not, but I needed something else on the left side of the page, and so I'm just using this. I think it's from Dear Lizzie Saturday collection. This piece of green. It's the branding strip, the other side of the branding strip. So I'm trimming that off, and I'm just going to glue that with some Tombow. And you'll see that it really does provide a border that stops your eyes just wandering off the page. So it's like a visual stop, really. So I've trimmed off the excess again, and now just checking the placement of my photo. I went and stitched it off camera. My sewing machine is on another table, and I'm just bending up the edges there for some dimension and interest, and I think it adds to the look that it's stacked up papers. So I've got some craft foam, but before I do that I thought I needed something else behind my photo. I've got a white border on it, but I wanted to do a couple more layers. I can't even remember if I actually added these layers or not, but we'll see. So I've stuck my foam down. I just used double-sided tape, as you can see here. I've cut out most of that because you've seen me do it before, and it's really quite boring. And then it was quite hard getting the placement because of all the angles and lines in the background paper, so I just used my ruler to make sure that it was even, and I hadn't pushed it down that much, so I could easily just lift it back up. So I don't use my ruler that often anymore. I used to use it all the time, but in this instance I wanted to make sure it looked okay, or right, I guess. So now moving on to the title, and because it's white on white, I wanted to use my watercolours, and this was back when I was really into kind of ombre, or 2 shades of each colour kind of look. So I decided to go with blue. probably because that was one of the dominant colours on my paper. So I've used a darker blue on the top, and then I'll come back in with a darker blue on the bottom. Originally I had thought about machine stitching this title down, but I don't in the end. So just coming in and doing the light blue now. And it's not a traditional autumn colour, but I think it works with the photo and with the colours on this page. Wish I could paint that fast in real life. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside to dry, and then I'm working on embellishing. And I'd cut these exclusive leaves on my silhouette, and I didn't have a new mat at this stage, and I cut them really small. I think there were 4 different types of leaves, and because I didn't have a really sticky mat, these ones are the only ones that cut. The rest were just ripped, really. And that's not the silhouette's fault or the cut file's fault, that's my fault for trying to do something so small and delicate with a mat that's not sticky. So these are the Dear Lizzie Saturday ephemera pieces, and I'm sure you've probably seen them all before. All I'm doing is just going through what I've got and working out what I want to use with my photo, and so I've pulled blues and greens and kind of neutral colours, and trying not to be too themey or putting anything too random in this one. These 2 pieces of wood veneer are from We Are Memory Keepers Honey I'm Home collection, and the sketch showed, I think, a couple of banners at the bottom, and I thought they would work really well. This is a tag which I've cut the bottom off. It's like a luggage tag that says hold. I don't want that to show, so I've just trimmed it off, and I'm happy with the placement of these 2 pieces of wood veneer, so I'm just gluing them down. I honestly struggled with this ephemera pack because it's different for Dear Lizzie. I think I'm sure I've said this before, but it's quite vintage, and I didn't use all of it. And I've actually posted my layout share and colour kit video, and you'll see on there what I've got left. And so I've still got quite a lot. This is a paint swatch, and I'm just trimming it in half because I don't want to waste it, and I'm sure I use that other piece on another project. So I'm just tucking that in. It's just to provide some interest under the photo and draw your eye to the photo. So here I've got some leftover leaves, so I wanted to use them and just placing them up at the top cluster, and I'm making sure my title fits, and what a relief that it does, because I didn't want it to be layered over the side piece or the ephemera that's just on the side of the photo. So like I say, when I first glued it, I did think about stitching it, so I only put a little bit of glue, but then I decided I didn't want to add the stitching, so I've just gone back in with that Tombow and glued down any bits that are sticking up. Now I must apologise about my camera view. This is before I got my new tripod. It was a Christmas present, and this is quite an old video, so that's why you can see the tripod legs like my older videos, and it's why I'm kind of off screen. So I added my journaling, and the final touch is to add some Heidi Swap colour shine. I think it's in navy. So thank you so much for watching, and I will be back again really soon. Take care.